All right, let's do this. Today is Wednesday the 10th or Thursday the 11th of February, and welcome back to English 10B. So we have been working on 2 units at the same time. We're doing the Greek tragedies and drama. That's an in-class document that we work through just for learning. There's no big project. The second thing that we're learning about is argumentative writing. And that has a graphic organizer you're filling in for an argument that you want to make. And then you're doing 2 multi-genre, so different types of projects that support your argument. So let's begin with the drama and Greek tragedies. So if you would open up that document for drama and Greek tragedies, of course it's in Schoology. You'll see it here listed in the orange folder. So open up the document for Greek tragedies and drama. Okay, so we're going to be looking through that. We did the light purple and the pink section yesterday, or the last time you had class. And today we are going to be doing a section on theme. So last time we did protagonist, antagonist. And again, protagonist is the good guy, antagonist goes against the protagonist. And sometimes the protagonist can have a tragic flaw that leads to something bad or a tragedy within their own lifestyle or family. We did some examples on this document with protagonist and antagonist. Again, we did the light pink part for protagonist, antagonist, watched a little video. And so those of you that were gone, you'll have to use the document itself to be able to take notes, okay? So if you were absent, we did the light pink part. For protagonist, antagonist, then we scroll along here, and we did the light purple part for Greek tragedies. Okay, the light purple part for Greek tragedies is listed there. Today we will look at the, my thing doesn't want to scroll here very good. We'll be looking at the light green part for theme, okay? So we're going to look at theme today. There's cultural theme for, specific to different cultures. And then there's universal theme that applies to everybody. So everybody knows what universal means. Okay. So like universal, a heart to everybody knows that symbol means love. That's universal. Everybody knows. Okay. So if we go in here and define theme, okay, theme is the overall message that we're supposed to understand from a story. So the overall message is theme. When you think of theme, it is not a single word, but being jealous gets you nowhere could be a theme. Choose to treat people how you want to be treated. Okay, so theme is the main message of the work. So that can be in literature, that can be in life, that can be in stories, dramas, plays. That's theme, the main message, the main point. What am I supposed to learn from this? And one theme can apply to other stories. Okay, it's not the central idea of a story. It can apply to other areas or other works. Universal means no one's above the law. The journey of life is full of obstacles. Happiness is not necessarily determined by wealth. No power in the world can conquer true love. Okay, so those are universal themes. No power in the world can conquer true love. Like true love conquers all. That's universal. Everybody knows that. Cultural, obviously, is through cultures. Monarchs are chosen by God and rule by divine right. Okay, that's a cultural belief, and that's a theme of their life. The earth is full of wisdom. Okay, that could be a cultural theme. And the gods are jealous of great human achievements. That, again, can be a Greek gods or mythology, cultural, or other religious themes. Cultural versus universal. In a work of literature, the theme is the main message of the work. Themes can be universal, which means they contain a message that is important to people of all times and places. Themes can also be culturally specific, meaning that they contain a message that reflects the circumstances, beliefs, and values of the writer or that culture. So, in a story about a king in ancient Greece, the gods have told the king to have one of his soldiers kill a monster in a faraway forest. The king refuses, saying that he needs the soldier for battles that are closer to home. The gods punish the king by bringing the monster to his kingdom, where he must have it killed in order to save the people of his kingdom. Okay, so if you look at that story, what is the culturally specific theme of the story? What do you think the message is in that story? Cultural, to a specific group of people or belief. And what is the universal theme of the story? What is the overall message that applies to everyone or anything? Okay, so the culturally specific theme would be the gods' wishes must be obeyed. That you got to believe or obey God. Okay, that's the culturally specific theme. The universal theme is if we do not care about others' problems, they may become our problems. So if we don't take care of each other, then we're going to have problems within. Okay, so in just a moment, we will complete the universal theme Quizlet together, as well as the cultural theme Quizlet and a quizzes together. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my slideshow here. So we just did a little bit with the Greek tragedy cultural theme. I'm going to show you a little Powtoon after I turn off my video here because they don't work out very well for a review on Greek tragedy. Then I will show you a TED Ed about tragedies and why they're so alluring. And then we will go into and practice a little bit with cultural theme Quizlet as well as universal, and then a theme quizzes. Okay. We'll do that as soon as I stop my video, but I want to talk about the multi-genre project as well. So you'll want to have that open in the writing folder. So while you're kind of sitting there waiting for me, open up the writing folder and going on to multi-genre or argument. Okay, so you're going to open that up and have that open for use in just a little bit. I'm going to talk today a little bit about that document. Okay, so last time, I'm kind of going into argument while I have my video going, but last time you should have chosen your topic. Again, the topics are listed in the writing folder, and you're supposed to pick one topic from the chart, then I highlight it. Okay, so writing prompt choices listed there, the second thing down. So pick your topic, and then you're thinking about what is my claim. Okay, so when you are considering what is your claim, your question or argument claim is, that's the question that you've picked from that chart. Okay, right here, that's the question that you picked from that chart. Then you have to tell what's your stance on it. So if I believe if my claim is, are girls treated differently from their parents than boys in a family? That's my claim. Then I have to say my statement. I believe girls are treated differently than boys in families. Okay. Or if my claim is recycling a forgotten word, question mark, then in my statement, I would maybe state that I believe that people are not recycling for certain reasons. Okay, and I'd argue that. All right, then on this document, again, whatever your claim is, your two projects need to go with it. That claim, whether you do a cartoon, obituary, editorial, and those two projects need to go with it. They're 10 points each. The graphic organizer that I gave you equals 35 points on this. Okay, so you'll be filling in the graphic organizer to go with your argument. And remember, you need 3 sources. That's part of this graphic organizer here, or part of the scoring rubric. And a self-assessment and reflection down here, and turned in on time for 5. Okay, so basically that is the multi-genre project. And we said yesterday that you needed to make sure that you had a claim and you picked it from those choices. Then you'll start to give 3 reasons on the graphic organizer for that claim or that argument. And each of those reasons needs 3 pieces of evidence or details. Okay, that's where you elaborate. We also talked a little bit about counter argument. That's going to be a part that we'll talk about as well. Like, what's one opposing viewpoint to your argument? Then you have to give 2 reasons to fight against it. They're called rebuttals. Okay. Again, I already talked about the listing for your claim. Make sure you find that, and then you'll be filling in your first box of your graphic organizer today. When you're working through, I did put some sources I wanted to mention in the writing folder, Purdue OWL. So if you're doing an in-text citation, like telling where you got your information inside of your graphic organizer, you put it in quotes, and then at least put the author's last name and page number in parentheses, or the website, okay? And then I'll help you with the works cited page, but here's a link in the writing folder as well for Purdue OWL. Used all the time in college for writing your works cited page. That will help you quite a bit. Okay, so that is using sources, and again, I'll help you with that later. So today your goal is to be able to fill in the first box in your graphic organizer. Okay, so when it's writing time, you want to fill in the first box of your graphic organizer. You want to get a hook or a lead by telling a story, a bold statement, fact or statistic, 2 sentences of background info that leads to the claim, and then you state your claim and your position on it. Okay, so that's what you're working on today for your intro paragraph. So again, start with a hook, get our attention. You can ask an open-ended question, not a yes-no question. You can tell a little story. You could have a fact or statistic, and then you got to tell where you got that from. A bold statement or a quote, if it's fitting. Then 2 sentences of background info, then your thesis or topic. That all goes in the first box on your graphic organizer. Then you got to start to think about, what is the other 2 projects that I want to do for my multi-genre project for this time. Okay, so I'm going to go back here today before writing time. I want to make sure that we, we'll be watching an intro paragraph, little video listed here. And then before that, we're going to go back here and look at the review Powtoon for Greek tragedy and why they're alluring, do a couple quizzes, Quizlets, and then we'll watch that Powtoon intro paragraph, and then you'll have time to work on your graphic organizer. So I'm going to stop my video here. Our goals for today are to have your topic picked, know your claim and your stance, and fill in the first box on your graphic organizer. Have the theme and cultural universal section done on your Greek tragedies document, and be working towards your weekly reading doc, of course, 1 part per week, weeks 7 through 9, due February 26th. So I'll stop the video now. We'll go back, do some of those reviews and videos, and then you will have some writing time as well.